Hi, I'm Preetika Rao, your Aailya from Beintehaa, and today's episode is going to be all about Beintehaa. Harshad Arora and Preetika Rao. As all of you know that our pairing became a huge craze and fans all over the world in Indonesia, Turkey, India especially wanted me to get married to Harshad. Now, first of all, let me speak about my equation with Harshad, a topic that we've never spoken about. A lot of fans used to message me all the time asking me, is something wrong between you and Harshad? Have you guys fought? Are you guys friends? Do you guys hang around? Do you guys party together? So, I'm going to be talking about all of that in today's episode. So, first of all, Harshad and me are very different as people. Both of us have one similar quality. We both are a bit reserved. And somehow, with me and Harshad, the first 1.5 months that we shot together for Beintehaa was very hectic. We had so many schedules lined up by the channel where we were shooting in one place, then we were going to some other place, we were promoting somewhere, we were, doing photo shoots, traveling. So many activities happening together. Every minute, it's like you're just working nonstop. So the first 1.5 months that we worked together, wild, hectic schedules, we had no time to literally talk to each other. Then, of course, it became like a routine, and we were working day in, day out together. So the conversations between us definitely moved on and started. But otherwise, we both are very different as people. So Harshad is the party type, and I am not the party types. In fact, I would look forward for that 6 hours of sleep that I would get during Beintehaa, because we were actually working for 17 to 18 hours a day. We would never pack, very sadly. And I was the kinds who, I'm so disciplined that I wanted that 6 hours of sleep to wake up the next morning and be fresh for my shoot. But Harsha didn't mind partying all night and then, you know, coming onto the set and working the next day and maybe catching his sleep in between somewhere. But I had my problems. So that makes two people extremely different, right? Our priorities were different. So I could never really hang out with Harshad, but there were other people out there who had, the similar outlook towards unwinding their day, and that's how they gelled with Harshad more than I did. So that's how I think we never got to even spend that little time that people think we should have after the shoot. And did I and Harshad go out for for coffees or for movies or something like that? No, actually we never did. We had planned to, but it never happened because our schedules were really tight. So I think we never could manage that. And then of course there the entire circle of Harshad became Suchitra ji and Vivek and Gunjan and everybody on the set who I think Gunjan's house was like the hangout zone for everybody. It was very close to the Beintehaa set, and everybody would go to her house and just unwind. And I could never fit in there because I had to go back home and sleep. Now, when it comes to why I and Harshad cannot date, yes, because we are two very different people. Our outlook towards life is very different. The only common factor between me and Harshad is that both of us are vegetarians. That's the only common part. Apart from that, I don't think there was anything common between me and him as just individuals. The reason why I can't get married to Harshad is because, when I'm not the kind of person who can just fall in love with somebody and say, okay, this is the guy. I need time to know that person. And I definitely believe that it takes you maybe 1 or 2 years to know a person well. And I'm not the kinds of people who would hang out and date and get too pally with somebody in the name of dating. No, I'm not that kind of person. I'm more reserved. I take my time. I feel that emotional bonding is more important than physical bonding. That's what I believe. And maybe the world doesn't think on those lines today. So they're really fast. I'm not that fast. So somewhere I think I take a lot of time. So nor Harshad nor I got that time, and the show ended, and we just realized that we were very different people. So it ended there. And when you act together, it's like two professionals come together, do their job, and they leave. So it's just like when you join a company, you work together, and once you leave your company, how much of time do you really get to spend with the people, your colleagues, and how much time do you really get, to party with them? Not really, right? Unless you guys stay very close to each other, and that can happen by just sheer chance. Harshit stays in Powai, I stay in Andheri. It's like two very far off places. So that it was very difficult for us to even like hang out. If maybe we guys were very close by in terms of distance, probably we would have even caught up after Beintehaa, but that also never happened. Now that is a suspense and mystery. A lot of fans would DM, email asking me if something is really wrong between me and Harshad, and why are we guys not really hanging out. Well, I must admit on camera today, we did have a very small misunderstanding because of a quote that I had given to press, and we did have a very small misunderstanding on that. I think Harshad should have directly confronted me about it, but he ended up confronting me on SMS, in a group SMS, about that little thing that we had. It was a misunderstanding. It was a code that I had given to press, and that's how I felt a little uncomfortable, because I felt like he shouldn't have reciprocated about my quote on a group WhatsApp chat. So yeah, so we did have that little misunderstanding, and then of course when something like this happens, I just stay out. So I try to stay out, and I didn't really confront him, or he didn't confront me. But these things are very small, and Harshit has a very large heart. That is something I really appreciate about him. He's not the kind of person who would hang on to things too long. He's a very positive person that way, and he's very forgiving also that way. So we just moved on from that whole misunderstanding, and then of course because fans really demanded me and him, to be together in one frame and be interviewed. I did try my best to do this interview with Harshad with Annie D, where we both, were on a Zoom interview together with Annie D, which fans really liked. And you guys must have seen my equation with Harshad in that interview. It was all good. Well, if there is an opportunity where the role, the role is such that it suits me and Harshad together, why not? Of course, we are a hit pair, and I think it was destiny's magic that happened with Zain and Aaliya, and of course, why not?